A little drizzly on my way in this morning, but you said a lot of those showers that came in overnight have kind of made their way out, right?
Yeah, I was out last night, and I got to tell you, it was another tropical-like evening out. I don't know, did you guys get out? I mean, were you outside last night? Mm-hmm. Felt like I just had to wring my T-shirt out when I came inside. It was gross.
There's an image for you. Good morning.
Yes, but today, some slight improvement is on the way, guys. Check out this shot from Marysville. We have, well, I was going to show the Marysville shot first, and then I was going to mention
Look at that. That looks more impressive.
Yeah, that is a solar eclipse happening right now, and our wonderful photographer, Justin Robb, out there getting this view. Because, you know, you don't want to look right at the sun, but you can see there, look at that shadow going right in front of the sun. So we're getting like a crescent eclipse there of the sun. How cool is that?
You can see it kind of moving, too. That is like an excellent view.
This isn't going to be
the best way to watch an eclipse.
I know.
Yeah, yes, it is. And this is not going to be a total eclipse like the one we had a few years ago. But nonetheless, you can make it out there very vividly. So thanks to Justin for capturing that for us.
We are in for a big change today. It was so hot yesterday and so humid you could almost feel the air around you. Not necessarily the case this morning, though. Things are feeling a little more comfortable out there.
Are we interrupting you from your coffee?
Yes. Did you ever get that feeling, that first sip of a fresh cup, you know?
It's pretty great.
Every morning.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like, especially on a morning like this when it's a little dreary. I need an extra pick-me-up this morning, ladies. And,
we're not enough for you?
Well,
we're not entertaining you?
You've got an hour to go. Let's see if you can pick it up.
Along with the frost that was on my car, as I was walking in, I heard all the crunch in the grass.
Really?
Yes.
You're walking through the grass?
Yeah.
No, you got to walk on the pavement.
Well, it takes too long. It's cold.
Okay.
Straight shot to the door.
Aren't your shoes all wet now?
I was going to say, I don't know about that, but...
well...
And I thought your driver pulled you right up to the...
He was off today.
Okay, good. Too cold for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen some people who have made parking spots that are like right outside of the door.
Yeah, and I knew it was cold because I saw one of our esteemed photographers this morning as I pulled in, loading up a live van and just bundled up head to toe, scarf, had the pom-pom hat on. You know, I could barely see his face.
And he's a winter guy.
He does like winter. You're right.
You said one of. He's our only.
Today, is he?
Esteemed photographer.
Well, very good. All right, let's start here. You can see we've got temperatures in the 20s and low 30s. You may want to be just like him if you're headed out.
Your most accurate local forecast starts now with meteorologist Brett Thackara.
Is it Friday yet?
It's Wednesday.
Oh, my goodness. It's
Friday
Wednesday.
Eve.
Gosh, I felt like I lived 3 days yesterday. Just I walked out to get the mail, and that was it. And I was done. Done for the day. Didn't go back outside at all. And by the way, my advice, stay in today again. It is way too hot, and it's going to be really even worse today. We do have some thunderstorms here, obscured by the banner here, up to the north of Allentown. Same deal as kind of yesterday. In the last couple of days. Let's review yesterday our storm reports. We had several. Wind damage reports, one in Dauphin, 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Multiple trees snapped and uprooted in parts of Dauphin, and then some thunderstorm wind damage in York last night at about 6:30. Some wires came on down in the city. So it was pretty active in some parts of the region. Notice the southern quadrant here of Franklin, Adams, and Cumberland County missed out on some rain, but on average, about a ½ inch to 6/10 of an inch of rain fell yesterday. It was beneficial. Check out these pictures from Aaron Shupp, Mannheim Auto Auction. This was a storm, that shelf cloud moving in. Really, really a very pretty picture, despite the ominous clouds. And check out this shot. A lightning bolt and a rainbow here at the Mannheim Auto Auction. So we have a few waves. The first wave came on through yesterday. Here's another wave likely coming on through today. And another wave coming through tomorrow evening. Now, the question will be, is it going to be too hot to get these storms going? When the column of air is really, really hot all the way up to the tippy top of the atmosphere, it's hard to get storms going. That's what we call it capped. And when it's capped, you don't get storms. So hazy, hot, and humid conditions could be enough to trigger some storms, but we're going to see. I say could because it's not a given, and Precision Cast and a few other high-res models don't love our storm chances the next few days, and this could be why. Heat index value is nearing 110 degrees. It is going to be hot and dangerously hot as we are in an excessive heat warning through 7 p.m. tonight, and likely will be again tomorrow. So again, 1 or 2 storms trying to develop here with this wave that comes through. Tomorrow we're going to have to wait until late in the evening for the trigger, and even that falls apart a little bit. So there's no guarantee of rain the next few days, that is for sure. And even Friday now looks a lot quieter, although some storms do try to fire Friday evening late. Let me show you the tropics. I do want to mention Fred quickly here, and it is a named storm now. Winds at 40 miles an hour. This thing tracking toward Puerto Rico, up into Hispaniola and Cuba, and you can see that this storm will flirt with Florida as we move into next week and early next week. Some models keep this storm south of our region. Other models do bring some moisture northward by next Monday and Tuesday. So until that point, we're stuck in the muck. And what muck it is. Good luck wading through this. 98 tomorrow, 96 on Friday, 90 on Saturday. Finally, Sunday. Just get me to Sunday. Look at that. 85, less humid, love it. Next week, lots of uncertainty with Fred looming. We'll keep you posted.
Your most accurate local forecast starts now with meteorologist Brett Thackara.
Prepare now. Prepare today. Clean your gutters. Bring things up from the basement. If you know you live near a creek or stream that floods, get out and try to come up with a plan today. It is going to be a serious situation as we move into the day tomorrow. And you know you don't hear me say that often, but I think things are going to be really brutal over the 24-hour period tomorrow morning through Thursday morning. In the meantime, we've got clouds streaming in ahead of Ida today. And so I do expect it to be a humid day. Temperatures won't get much above 80 degrees if we can get there. Because there won't be a lot of sunshine today. We're starting in the 70s now. Dew points are in the upper 60s, so we still have muggy conditions. I do expect dew points to climb to around 70 again this afternoon for a lot of humidity. Downtown Carlisle, not much going on. A few more cars this hour than last hour. 72, that is warm, and a dew point of 71 means it is tropical. And it is going to feel tropical for the next several days as we will be dealing with Ida. Outer rain bands already extending up into southwestern Pennsylvania. So there could be a shower or two today. I think we will wait locally to see ours until this evening, but don't be surprised if a shower or two pops up today. The main event will be tomorrow, and then the heaviest rain coming tomorrow night. And that is always scary because especially if you're driving, you cannot see rising waters, rapidly rising waters. So please get it in your head today that this is a dangerous situation setting up for our area during the day tomorrow. A lot of rain on the way right from the Gulf. It's going to interact with this stationary boundary. Flooding is going to happen. There's no way around that. The typical problem spots, roadways that typically flood are going to be washed out. We've got streams and creeks that will be rising over their banks. 4 to 8 inches of rain is a ton of rain in a 2 or 3 day stretch. This is coming in a day. So believe me, it's going to get ugly tomorrow. Tropical depression Ida, winds at 30 miles an hour, moving northeast at 12. This whole system, and it's already interacting with that front, is going to be making a beeline for central Pennsylvania. And because of that front, if this was just a tropical storm, it's in and out of here with maybe a few inches of rain. But that front is going to act as an enhancer to this rain. And so I got to be honest with you, it is, of course, going to make things worse. So Ida, the National Hurricane Center, I think is done issuing the track of this thing now that it's a depression, but it's going to move to our south and be sitting just to our south tomorrow night. That's when the worst of it will occur. So there will be a few showers now, it looks like, even this afternoon, and perhaps some heavier rain showers this evening, and then the steady stuff starts just before dawn tomorrow. And we've got some areas west of the river getting some very heavy rain tomorrow morning. The rain will only intensify throughout the day. Here's 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Very heavy rain then through tomorrow night for about a 6 to 8 hour stretch like a monsoon. 5 a.m. Thursday, the rain is wrapping up from west to east, and then it's out of here. Noontime Thursday, everything is done. And I think the rain will pretty much be wrapping up earlier than that, probably by 5, 6 a.m., but not before it dumps. And we have upped our totals now. The models kept going up yesterday. And there is reason to believe that we're going to be right in this zone of frontogenesis, it's called. Right along the stalled front, right along the remnant tropical system. And that means we're going to be in that zone that gets dumped on. So 4 to 8 inches of rain expected, flash flooding likely, river flooding a concern, and also now a severe weather risk tomorrow south of Route 30. Flooding rain a given, but a brief tornado cannot be ruled out. And when we zoom in on the tornado threat for Wednesday, yeah, it's very isolated for most of us. But it is worth a mention depending on how that environment sets up. So spotty showers this evening and into the first part of the overnight, and then steady rain will overspread the region tomorrow during the pre-dawn hours. Pockets of heavier rain through 2 p.m. and then from 2 p.m. through tomorrow night, heavy rain, especially during the evening commute and after sundown. 4 to 8 inches of total rainfall. That is going to lead to big, problems tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. 80 degrees, mostly cloudy today with some evening showers, 70 tonight. And then when we take a look at the next 7 days, listen, if we focus on the positive here, this is not a storm that's going to sit over top of us. It's going to do its damage and then get out of here. Thursday and Friday look better. 75, less humid, overnight lows in the 50s. The weekend looks pretty good at this point, but the 24 hours tomorrow morning through Thursday morning are going to be rough. So, again, I emphasize, make a plan for tomorrow with your family. Plan ahead. Do what you have to do today so that you're ready to go.
I just had my husband up looking at all of our gutters, so it was good timing there.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
No, just anything you can do to try to get ahead of this thing, the better.
Your most accurate local forecast starts now with meteorologist Brett Thackara.
We have lived through a lot of tropical events together, and the one thing that will make this one a little bit different is that it is a fast-moving storm. This is not Agnes. This is not Lee. This is not a storm that is just going to sit for days and days, and that is good news. But it does have a lot of moisture with it. It is a tropical system, and anytime we get something like this, we have to be concerned about flooding, and we certainly are. The other thing we're concerned about is tornadoes. You can see some of the early spin detected here by the radar. Some of these cells have a history of producing tornadoes, and so areas like Southern Adams, York, and Lancaster are under the gun today for a tornado threat. In the meantime, the rain is here. It is pounding and it is steady, but it is very heavy now across eastern York and parts of western Lancaster County, right over the Susquehanna River, and in both York and Lancaster cities this morning as well. This is all part of the massive storm that was once Hurricane Ida, now a tropical low that is just sitting and spinning. It's going to become an extra tropical system today as it interacts with a front and produces some very heavy rain banding over top of us for the next 18 hours or so. So, tornado watch posted just to our south through 8 a.m. It would not surprise me if some of our counties are put under a tornado watch later today because, again, this has a history of producing tornadoes last night in Virginia and Maryland. Temperatures in the 60s to near 70 degrees. Dew points pretty healthy in the mid to upper 60s. I just walked outside in the rain. It is very tropical-like out there right now. Carlisle, it is wet outside this morning, and in Cumberland County, we've got 68 degrees, already a quarter inch of rain. Doesn't seem like much, but it's going to add up quickly, especially with these heavy rain bands setting up this afternoon. Look at Perry County, over a half inch of rain already. Closing in on that for Mercersburg and Franklin County. Halifax High School, 4/10 of an inch, and closing in on 4/10 now for the borough facility in Chambersburg. So again, we have this tornado watch that goes until 8 o'clock. That's the red box on this particular map. All of this lifting up from Charleston. It's going to interact with a stationary front, and it's going to produce some heavy rain banding. So that's the issue here. If we didn't have this stationary front, we'd be less concerned with some of these higher-end rain amounts, like 5-6 inches, but this front is going to enhance the rain and do some bad things here later today. But let's focus on the positive news. This less humid Canadian air on the way tomorrow and Friday. Let's be positive. There's enough negativity out there, and I know the forecast seems like doom and gloom, and it's going to be an ugly 24 hours, but better days are ahead, my friends. So this band of rain, very heavy this morning across the northwestern part of the region. It will start to move into York and Lancaster counties this afternoon, and we have to be concerned in those areas for some of these tornadoes, these rogue cells that develop with the spin of this storm. Notice the evening commute, heavy rain, pounding rain through about 9 or 10 o'clock, and then it's out of here. By midnight, it's gone. I mean, it really is a fast exit, and that's what we need. By tomorrow morning, the birds will be chirping, the sun will be out, and it's going to feel a lot better. Cannot wait for that. Tomorrow looks great. But first today, rainfall, a problem. About 4 to 8 inches expected for most of the viewing area. York and Lancaster counties may get cut out of that, but they have to worry about severe weather. So 4 to 8 for most places, 2 to 4 for areas south and east of Harrisburg. Now, a flash flood watch goes from this morning through tomorrow morning. With that 4 to 8 expected, the slivers you see here on the map are flood warnings for different streams and creeks, and you can find that information on abc27.com. It is rare to see an elevated severe weather risk, but there is for our southern tier counties. Southern Adams, York, Lancaster County under an elevated tornado threat today that does extend a slight risk up into the Harrisburg area. So it's something that we are going to be following very closely here later today. The remnants of Ida, steady rain, heavy at times. And as we look ahead, I do anticipate some flash flooding here as we head into the afternoon and evening. Some of those brief tornadoes could occur. And when we're talking about 4 to 8 inches of rainfall, that is some nasty stuff. So, again, keep that in mind if you're headed out later today or tonight. Never drive through those flooded roadways. The rain will exit, and then Amanda, look at that. Thursday and Friday look like totally different days and much, much nicer.